If you like my video, then like, share and subscribe my channel and press the bell icon to get more update of my channel and get more videos and get more inspired. Thank you. Hello, good morning everybody. Today I will discuss about ego. Ego is the enemy of everyone. There are some points we have to give importance. We should focus on that so that we can overcome our ego. The first thing is talk and talk. At the beginning of a new journey, all of us are afraid and excited. To calm ourselves, we tend to find comfort outside rather than inside. All of us want attention while we do the least work. It is always easy to talk rather than do something. We tend to talk silence as a weakness, so we talk to show our strength. However, silence is a great quality very few have mastered. By talking unnecessarily, we weaken the action linked to it. Silence indicates self-confidence and strength. Talking reduces the quality of our work and distracts us. It is a psychological fact that talking reduces the chance of completing a task. It makes us feel like we have already accomplished it. You must try to control your tongue in all cases so you can achieve success without falling into the trap of talking. Being silent will put your best work forward. Work quietly and ignore the impulse to talk. This story is about activist F.D.M. Sinclair, who ran as governor of California in 1934. During the campaign, Sinclair took a very unusual step that shocked everyone. He published a short book named I, Governor of California, and How I Ended Poverty. The book was narrated in the past tense, and Silencer talked about his accomplishment as governor. He knew he could communicate with the public like no one. He did not expect that his idea would lead to his destructions. Sinclair had written about all his strategies in the book, which gave his competitors an advantage. Apart from this, upon himself lost all the interest in the campaign as the book made him feel that he had already achieved everything. The book sold millions of copies, but Silencer's campaign was a huge failure. He lost the election by 250,000 votes and he became extremely disinterested in the whole process. What happened to often as because of his communications. His book made him feel he had achieved everything when he has not done anything yet. He was not able to fulfill his words with actions. Often fell into the trap of talking and his work got affected badly. This story taught us the whole world how to keep your tongue tight in the most important thing to finish a task. If you want to be successful at your work, you need to stop talking and work in complete silence. Talking will make your mind believe you have already achieved something while you have not yet. Second point is to be or to do. Be yourselves no matter what and you will make a difference in life. You can achieve great things if you move on your path without ego and also if you become true to yourselves. A person who is true to himself can never act fake to others. When you decide to do something, don't do it for fame or recognitions. By doing something your heart wants, you can be true to your soul and your friends. Try to do something that benefits others. If you do things for fame and recognitions, there is a huge chance that you will be lost your true identity in the process. You will start being fake to your friends and companions. You will have to make compromises and ultimately you will lose yourself. Here is an example to understand how being true to yourself leads to greatness. One of the most influential men in the modern warfare was John Buddy. He was a great fighter pilot and he could defeat anyone in less than 40 seconds. Despite all this, he was never promoted above the rank of a colonel. Byrd was elected as the lead instructor in Lenny's Air Force Base, Korea. In the F-15 and F-16 were his pet projects. His primary aim was to be an advisor for his country, and he wanted to serve his country in every possible way. But advised the defense secretary directly in private meetings, but he never took credit. He never published any books, and no military base was named after him. He wanted to do his work sincerely without any public attentions, but he wanted his work to make a difference rather than him being on high ranks. Being promoted does not necessarily mean you are good at your job. Your purpose in life should be something bigger than you. If you are selfless and you aim to improve the lives of others, you will achieve extraordinary success. The third one is become a student. Always keep learning new things to improve. Learning should have no barriers. You should always try to learn things you don't know so you can get a grip on the basis of any subjects. Always be ready to take new instructions and be a good student to improve your skills. You should always get feedback from your teacher and never complain about the teaching process to be too harsh. This will allow you to place your ego and ambition in someone else's hands. This is the power of a student. To get real and continuous feedback, you must have someone better than yourselves that you can learn from. You need to put yourselves beneath someone whom you just to improve. Accept that others know more than you and you can benefit from their knowledge. You should always be a student to become great or stay great. Be self-critical and self-motivated and try to observe whatever is going around you. Here is a story of guitarist Crick Hammett, who was a great student. Crick was barely in his 20s when he got selected as the guitarist for the band Metallica. He performed his first major show after a few days. Crick was a humble guitarist, and despite playing the guitar for years, he decided to look for a guitar teacher. At his hometown in San Francisco, Crick found a great teacher named Joe Satriani. Joe's style of music was totally different from Crick's. The point of choosing Joe as his instructor was that Crick wanted to learn what he did not know. Joe understood Crick's weakness and helped him improve. Crick was like a sponge and he absorbed all the instructions from the Joe efficiently. Crick was different from others because he was willing to take any type of instructions that makes him better. Joe gave Crick instructive feedback that helped him to grow as an artist. For 2 years, Crick listened to what Joe taught him and followed all his instructions carefully. Crick became a great guitarist and improved every day. Crick placed his ego aside and accepted the fact that someone is better than him. By accepting this, he got a chance to learn from the knowledge of Joe, which ultimately helped Crick in mastering his skill. What separated Crick from his companions and opponents was that he was always ready to talk criticisms positively and never let his ego come in between his work. By becoming a student, Crick became much better than his previous self. The famous guitarist became a student so he could be great and stay great. If Crick had thought he was better than anyone else, he would never have improved or gotten better than his previous self. It teaches us how we should always keep learning and accept that others might know more than us. The another point is the danger of early pride. You should never boast about yourselves. Having pride in your life is an obstacle between you and your destinations. Pride has the power to ruin you. Thinking that you are better than everyone else is dangerous. People who don't boast but privately think they are better than everyone else is still pride. Pride can destroy what you aspire for. You should always be humble. This is a story about Benjamin Franklin. At the age of 18, he came back to Boston, his hometown. After 7 months, he had a new suit a watch, and he had earned a lot of money as well. Franklin came back to Boston full of pride. He boasted about his wealth to everyone, including his family. One day, Franklin had a meeting with Cotton Mather, an old friend and a much respected man. Both men were walking down the hallway when suddenly Matter shouted as Franklin, "Stop, stop." Franklin was too busy boasting about his achievements that he came directly into the low ceiling. He hit his head very hard. Martha told Franklin that he is holding his head up too high, that's why he hit the low ceiling. Franklin realized this and he started to fight his pride as it was making him arrogant. The same applies to all of us. If you have pride, you will fall hard in life. Pride creates arrogance and takes humility away from a person. Always remember to keep your pride in control and live in a humble life. Don't tell yourself a story, the advantage is. Aim for excellence and success will follow. You should always focus on the details in every task you do. Maintain a high standard for your work. Try not to involve yourselves in any story regarding your work or success. We all want to create stories from our past events. However, this can be dangerous for the future. It leads to arrogance and makes our life a story that we are yet to live. These stories block all the ways of explorations in the future. The story is about the football coach and general manager Bill Walsh, who took the worst football team. The 14 years under his training, in just 3 years he guided the team to the Super Bowl victory. Walsh achieved excellence by paying attention to results and success followed. He disciplined the players even outside the field. Walsh taught them to keep the locker room clean at all times. No one is allowed to smoke, say coach words, or fight with a teammate. The newspaper called Walsh the genius, and there were several stories about his success, but he accepted none. He ignored it because it was harmful to the future, and it would make him arrogant. However, Walsh players let the stories go to their heads, and they started having overconfidence. This overconfidence terribly affected their performance, and they lost 12 out of 22 games. This is the result when you prematurely credit yourselves. When you let the stories get into your head, you start making lesser efforts and your standards fall. The team had to work hard again to reach the standard they had lost. After rigorous training sessions, the players could finally reach that level of excellence again. This is why Walsh never accepted the title given to him by the media. Telling a story about yourselves can make you arrogant, overconfident, and less hardworking. That's If you like my video, then like, share and subscribe my channel and press the bell icon to get more update of my channel and get more videos and get more inspired. Thank you.